Hey guys, this is Madman Mars 2000 with your TNA Final Resolution 2008 pay-per-view results. First up, the Feast or Fired match, Kip James versus Sanjay Dutt versus Jimmy Rave versus Lance Rock versus Alex Shelley versus Chris Sabin versus BG James versus Jay Lethal versus Consequences Creed versus Curryman versus Hernandez versus Homicide versus Shark Boy. The first man to climb the turnbuckle and reach up and grab a case was Hernandez. He grabbed case number 4. Second man to grab a case is Curryman. He grabs briefcase number 3. Third man to grab a case is Homicide. He grabs case number 1. Fourth man to grab a case is Jay Lethal. He grabs briefcase number 2. Originally, Alex Shelley brought down case number 2. However, he was too busy celebrating with Chris Sabin in the ring and didn't drop down to the floor, as the rules of the match say that after you grab a case, it's not official until you leave the ring and drop down on the floor, which Alex Shelley didn't do. Jay Lethal then did a springboard attack and grabbed the case and dropped down to the floor to win case number 2. After the match, Jeremy Borash enters the ring. He gives all of the case winners the opportunity to forfeit their cases now. However, all of the case winners decide to keep their cases. While all this is going on, the Motor City Machine Guns continue to argue with JB in the ring. JB says that they are going to open one of the cases tonight, and that case number 2 is the selected case. Jay Lethal, winner of case number 2, walks into the ring, opens his case, and inside is a TNA Tag Team title shot. This upsets Motor City Machine Guns even more, who continue to argue with JB, and they should be the winners of case number 2. They keep telling him this. Jay Lethal high fives Consequences Creed, and Alex Shelley gets in Jeremy Borash's face. Jeremy Borash finally can't take it anymore. He tells the Motor City Machine Guns, more specifically Alex Shelley, that he is sick and tired of their whining and complaining. He then called Alex Shelley the biggest pain in the ass who's ever worked for TNA. Backstage, Lauren interviews Sharmell and the Beautiful People. They talk about their match with ODB, Roxy, and Taylor Wilde tonight. Angelina Love then gets a call on her cell phone, and it's Governor Sarah Palin, and the Beautiful People freak out in excitement. TNA Knockouts 3-on-3 match. ODB, Roxy, and Taylor Wilde defeated the Beautiful People and Awesome Kong via pinfall. At one point in the match, ODB chased Sharmell all the way to the back, which took them both out of the match. Finish saw Angelina Love attempt a flying crossbody to Taylor Wilde. However, Taylor Wilde reversed the flying crossbody and rolled Angelina Love over into a pinfall to get the pinfall victory for her team. Backstage, JB interviews Eric Young. Eric Young said that he is fighting for his brothers in the front line tonight, and also said that he doesn't blame referee Shane Swell for his actions against Sheikh Abdul Bashir in the recent weeks. The Motor City Machine Guns walk in and say they need to talk with Borash. Eric Young tells the Machine Guns he doesn't understand why they have been acting the way they have. Alex Shelley told Eric Young that they are all on the same page, but it's just that he and Sabin don't trust everyone in the front line. Eric Young walks away. The Machine Guns grab JB and pin him up against the locker. They ask him where Mick Foley is, and JB says that Mick Foley is in Jeff Jarrett's office. The Machine Guns walk away. TNA X Division Championship match. Eric Young defeated Sheikh Abdul Bashir via pinfall to become the new TNA X Division champion. During the match, Bashir kept trying to intimidate referee Shane Swell, who was the official for the match. He kept on daring Shane Swell to hit him. The finish saw Eric Young attempt a sunset flip on Bashir. However, Bashir grabbed the ropes for leverage. Shane Swell then kicked Bashir's arms off the ropes. This allowed Eric Young to complete the sunset flip and score the pinfall victory to become the new TNA X Division champion. After the match, Shane Swell handed Eric Young the TNA X Division championship. Bashir then attacks Eric Young and tosses him to the outside. He then levels Shane Swell with the X Division championship, busting him wide open. He then puts a beat down on a bloody and battered Shane Swell before exiting the ring with the X Division championship in hand. Just as Bashir is about to exit the arena, Jim Cornette comes out and snatches the TNA X Division championship from Bashir's hands. Bashir responds by yelling at Jim Cornette. TNA Knockouts Championship match, Christy Hemme defeated Awesome Kong via DQ. So Awesome Kong retains the TNA Knockouts Championship. Finish saw Christy Hemme hit the FFG leg drop on Awesome Kong. Raisha Saeed then pulled Hemme out of the ring before she could get the pinfall victory. Raisha Saeed and Raka Khan then begin to attack Christy Hemme on the outside. However, Hemme makes it back into the ring. Raisha Saeed then runs back into the ring and attacks Hemme, causing the ref to call for the bell. After the match, Christy Hemme and Awesome Kong get into a brawl, which is broken up by TNA security. Backstage, Kurt Angle is interviewed. He says that he's more focused than ever tonight on defeating Rhino and getting his match with Jeff Jarrett at Genesis. TNA Tag Team Championship match, Beer Money Incorporated defeated Abyss and Matt Morgan via pinfall to retain the TNA Tag Team Championships. During the match, Mike Tenay announces that Jim Cornette has held up the TNA X Division Championship as a result of the events that took place during the X Division Championship match. He said that more will be announced this Thursday on Impact. Finish saw James Storm nail Abyss with brass knuckles for the pinfall victory. Backstage, Mick Foley is interviewed. He said that his only job tonight as Special Enforcer is to ensure that the Main Event Mafia does not get involved in the match between Angle and Rhino tonight. The Motor City Machine Guns walk up to Foley, and Foley talks down to Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley then talks down to Mick Foley and tells Foley to give him the briefcase that Jay Lethal stole from them. Mick Foley tells them that he will take it under advisement. He then tells Alex Shelley that he will get what's coming to him sooner or later, maybe even this Thursday on Impact. The Motor City Machine Guns come out to the ring. They say that they are not leaving until Mick Foley comes out and gives them the briefcase they deserve. Jim Cornette walks out and tells the Machine Guns to leave. They refuse. Jim Cornette says that he will get TNA security to remove them if they refuse to leave. The Motor City Machine Guns still refuse to leave. Jim Cornette then walks out of the arena. The lights go out and Suicide appears. He glides in from the ceiling to the ring and takes out the Motor City Machine Guns. Backstage, Rhino is interviewed. He said that Kurt Angle is a sick person to say what he said to Jeff Jarrett's 3 little girls. He said that tonight he is fighting for Jeff Jarrett's children. Kurt Angle defeated Rhino via pinfall to earn his shot at Jeff Jarrett at Genesis. And also Kurt Angle doesn't get fired from TNA. Part of the stipulation. Finish saw Al Snow walk out and slap Special Enforcer Mick Foley in the face. Angle then grabbed a steel chair and cracked it over Rhino's face. He then hit the Angle Slam for the pinfall victory, and it was Mick Foley who counted the pinfall. After the match, Kurt Angle tells Foley that after he is through with Jeff Jarrett at Genesis, he is coming for him next. Al Snow watched all this from the top of the entranceway. Backstage, the Main Event Mafia is interviewed. Lauren brings up the fact that if any member of the Mafia is pinned, Sting loses the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Sting said that that isn't going to happen, as he is very confident in the Mafia. Backstage, the Frontline is interviewed. They are asked if they can trust Team 3D. AJ Styles said that Team 3D are like brothers to them and that they can be trusted. Up next, the main event of TNA Final Resolution 2008. The 8-man tag team match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. The Main Event Mafia, Sting, Booker T, Kevin Nash, and Scott Steiner defeated the TNA Frontline, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Team 3D via pinfall, so Sting retains the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Finish saw Samoa Joe set Sting up for the Muscle Buster. However, Kevin Nash low-blowed Samoa Joe. Sting then hit the Scorpion Death Drop on Samoa Joe for the pinfall victory. Those were your TNA Final Resolution 2008 pay-per-view results. I'm Madman Mars 2000.